Hey, what's up, fam? It's your boy Cleet the Geek of the Branding Geeks. I just want to come before you all and record a quick video about the importance of a website. So, been talking a lot about that this month, and wanted to kind of hone in on one of the reasons why you need a website. And honestly, this one I'm kind of passionate about because it really just kind of connects everything with what you're doing. Whether you're you're a business owner or entrepreneur, content creator, you have a product or service, anything that you're doing where you're trying to get information in front of people, you want to have a place that you own the traffic. You can control and dictate what narrative or what information is presented in that place. So what do I mean by that? You could be saying, hey, I own my Facebook profile. I own my Instagram profile. Well, technically you don't. You have a profile that's on the network for Facebook or Instagram, and you're at the behest of them staying up and, maintaining their servers and stand up so that you can run your business. So, I've come across clients who are running their business solely on social media. In fact, I've talked to a few clients in the fitness industry recently where they're doing trainings for their clients, and they do all of the booking and they do all of their advertising, their videos of them working out or whatever have you on Instagram. Now, while that is something that you can use to generate income, for one, it kind of, like I said, it puts you at the behest of Instagram staying available, and not just shutting down or shutting you down for someone flagging you as inappropriate. The other thing that happens with that scenario is, from a scalability standpoint, you're only going to be able to serve a certain clientele. As shoppers, especially all of us who like to shop on Amazon and reputable stores, there's certain innate requirements that you have before you make a purchase. There's things that you deem as credible. So you're going to look at a person that has their whole business set up on Instagram, and then a person who has a website that is structured to bring you into their ecosystem. And the ecosystem is just their world, right? It's the combination of all of their branding and their forums and content about their product or service, right? It's the whole world that they get to control. You're going to trust them. And an example of this is Amazon, right? You're going to trust Amazon to make a purchase more so than someone who's selling their products solely through their Instagram page. So as you can see, I could go down so many tangents of different reasons why you would want to have your own website and control that narrative. But let's stay in that realm of ecosystem. So one of the biggest things that I think drives this point home is the fact that when a person goes on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, you name it, a lot of times they're going on for a specific use. Sometimes that use, that purpose can be for your product. You may have sent them an email, sent them a text. They may have ran into you in, before this COVID situation, they may have ran into you at some kind of event, grocery store, whatever have you. So you interact with them, and now they're like, you know what? I want to go check out your product or service. So they go on social media to check it out. But the moment they hit that homepage, let's use Facebook as an example. The moment they hit that homepage, guess what? A friend of theirs they haven't spoken to in 10 years, 5 years, whoever, a cousin, an auntie, whoever, that person is right there on our homepage. So their intention was to go to your page, learn more about your product or service, probably even try to contact you for a call or whatever have you. It just got distracted, right? And now they're looking at pictures, they're reminiscing about high school, they're just down the rabbit hole in a different direction. So what happens is when you're using social media solely or other forms that's not your website or your own hub on the web, then you're subject to the ecosystem of that third-party company, right? So what's going to happen is you're always going to need to do the extra stuff in order to overcome that. And what I mean by that, so on that timeline, whether it be Twitter, whether that's Facebook, whether that's Instagram, you're fighting for attention. And what happens is the only way to just compete, you got to post like crazy. But guess what happens then? You end up inundating your potential clients and your audience with too much content. Now they start blocking you or they start following you. So to avoid that and to take control and have ownership of it, this is one of the primary reasons you need a website. On your website, you get to control what the audience sees. You get to pull them into your ecosystem. You pull them into your ecosystem, and now you let them, view the blog post that you want them to view. They can engage with your product or service. You can have videos explaining the product or service. You can have a whole sales page explaining it. Obviously, they get to learn about you as the creator, right? So they go to that about page and they learn a little bit about why you created the product or service and where the inspiration came from and your mission and your vision. And, they really get into your ecosystem and understand why you're doing what you're doing, why you're creating the content you're creating, why you're building the brand, and why you're creating the products that you're creating. So that's one of the primary reasons. I want to just take some time to really dive into that and dive into this conversation about understanding that back in the day, right, when you built the website, it was like, I have a business, I need a website. I just know that that's what you're supposed to do. So a lot of times people got a website, they spent a lot of money on making it look good, and then they just kind of left it there. And what marketers started to understand is, listen, this website is a tool. It is a central hub where individuals can have, potential clients, prospects, audiences. They can come in and become a part of your ecosystem, and you can literally, consistently, and dynamically present them with information that's just going to make them ingratiate with your product and your service even more. It's going to make them understand why they should choose you over the next person. They're going to get those question answers. You see a lot of websites nowadays that have the FAQ section. So you may be at a shirt like this. You're like, oh man, it's a tight shirt. I want to get it. But you're like, I know about these graphic tees, right? I don't know how they fit. One may say extra large and I might fit that, but then in another cut or combination of cotton, whatever, I might be a large, right? So you go to the website to get more information to find out how the fit is and start to dig deeper into answering the questions that you need to buy the product. So having a website, you get a chance to control the narrative. You get a chance to capture a potential client's attention and then drive them exactly where you want them to go. So once again, just to summarize, you can, in a very base level, run a business on social media solely. But if you want to take it to the next level, have a more professional brand and be taken seriously, but then also control the narrative and be able to cause your audience to go in a direction you want them to go in, then you want to have a website. And the last thing I'll say, which is you always hear me talk about this, you get a chance to get something in exchange for them coming to your website. You have a chance to put a form on that page to capture their email. And this is very important when you're building your brand, building your, selling your product or service, because it gives you an opportunity to get something from that client, that potential client, and now continue to talk to them about why they want to buy your product or service. You don't get as much of an opportunity to do that on social media, but you do control that on your website. So if you like the stuff you heard today, you want to, get some more info, we have free consultations with The Branding Geeks. Just check us out, thebrandinggeeks.com /schedule a call, and it's schedule-a-call. Simple, right? So if you want, you get a free consultation. Obviously, follow us on social media at The Branding Geeks. It's the same thing on Instagram and on Facebook. And then if you have any questions, you can hit us up on there as well. You could DM us. Listen, we just want to help. We want to provide you with information that's going to make it easier for you to build your brand, build your messaging, and build up an aesthetic look that people are going to love. They're going to know that they're going to take you serious, and they're going to know you about your business. So that's the Branding Geeks. Check us out. Thanks for taking all this time to listen to me ramble on about stuff that I'm super passionate about. All right, take it easy.